My story isn't an easy one to hear. I think I probably ought to warn you of that up front.
You better run!
Not fair. You woke up before the alarm.
Daddy's turn.
Oh, the Grace Monster.
We don't waste food, right?
No.
So?
When it's like this, it's not food.
Hi, baby. Coffee's on the counter.
Thank you.
Can you help us with the situation?
What's the matter?
Daddy didn't make the toast right. He cut it into little squares. It's supposed to be into triangles.
Oh, let me see what I can do.
I thought I did a pretty good job.
What are you doing?
This is what you call magic. See? What do you think?
And that's why you're the mommy. Breakfast?
I don't have any time.
Mommy, you have to be nutritious.
You're so right. Bye.
Bye, baby. Hey, where you going?
Mommy. Mommy, don't go. Why can't you stay home and play with me?
Gracie, baby, we talked about this. Saturdays are Mommy's busiest day. But I promise when I get home, we will get pizza and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Bye, Mommy.
There's a fire inside, you can feel it burning. It's a neon light glowing like a furnace. And the night is long, but the world keeps turning. You gotta know it, it's not the end. Every new sunrise is one step closer. It's a sign in the sky that the fight's not over. So face the world, it's now or never. This is your moment, let it begin. This could change everything. Can you feel it now? Something's in the air. This could change everything. I know we're gonna know it when we get there. No more waiting, I'm taking the chance. This could change everything. Let it begin.
I've been asked 1,000 times, were you really so gullible? Were you really so ambivalent? So naive, so foolish, so... You get the picture. My answer? Yes. I often find that people don't like my answers. That's understandable, because my story isn't a neat and tidy one, and it doesn't come wrapped up in a pretty red bow. In fact, it's probably going to make you squirm a bit.
Hey, Abby. Sorry to bother you, but they need an extra person in the back room. Are you free?
Sure. Even though I'd been with Planned Parenthood for almost 8 years, I'd never been called into the procedure room to help the surgical team with an abortion, and I had no idea why I was needed now. Megan said that you needed some assistance.
I only do ultrasound-guided procedures. I want you to hold the probe.
This might be a little cold, okay? Don't move.
take my tubing? Okay.
How's that?
All right, little to the left, angle down just slightly. That's better.
Weaker. Hold
How much?
still.
Stay still.
Hold my arm, but you can't wiggle it. Want to get done, don't you? Deep breath.
Just hold the probe in place so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, up there.
It just moved away from the catheter.
They always move. That's why I do it this way. Beat me up, Scotty. Where the hell is she going?
Abby, okay? Did you need a doctor?
He is the last person that I want to see right now.
Unfortunately for me, this is my story. I started my junior year at Texas A&M the way most college students do, wondering how I'd make my mark on the world.
Howdy. Hot out there, huh?
Yeah,
Why don't you have a water bottle?
thank you.
Are you familiar with Planned Parenthood?
I've heard of it. It's a women's health clinic, right?
That's right. Our clinics are very important to our clients who depend on us for birth control or abortions if they need them.
I don't know how I feel about abortion. My family is pro-life, so I guess I am too.
Oh, I totally understand. But at Planned Parenthood, our goal is to make abortions rare.
Rare. What do you mean?
Well, by making birth control freely accessible, thousands and thousands of abortions aren't required. However, when a woman really does find herself needing one, our clinics are vital to their safety. It's hard to believe that there's still some people out there that want to tell us what we can and can't do with our body.
Yeah. You know, I completely agree with equal rights for women.
And that's what we're all about. So what's your name?
Abby Branham. I am a junior studying psychology.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jill. I work in community services at Planned Parenthood. And we do need volunteers because many of our services are free or low cost for our clients.
Okay, sign me up. I left campus that day as a proud champion of women in crisis. So why didn't I call my mom and tell her the good news? Because I didn't think she'd understand how the work I'd be doing wasn't going to increase the number of abortions, but decrease them. How's this for a brilliant insight? Never trust a decision you don't want your mom to know about. Keeps staring at me. It's okay. You're just here to check it out, and if you don't like it, you don't have to stay.
Hi, are you Abby?
I am.
Hi, I'm Summer.
Summer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Here, put this on so everyone knows you're with the clinic. I'll hold this for you.
So really, is this normal?
Just ignore them. When a client shows up, we head for the car immediately, so there's someone waiting when she opens her door. When she opens it, start talking right away.
About what?
Anything. The weather, her car, her clothes, anything to distract her from the voices through the fence. They're gonna be harassing her. You need to make sure your voice is the one she hears. I'll go with you the first few times to make sure you get the hang of it, okay? Okay. We've still got a few minutes before first arrival. Let's introduce you to Cheryl. The access code is 2229.
I am awful at remembering those.
Oh, it's easy. It spells baby.
Make sure to Xerox the first two and file.
Excuse me, Cheryl. This is Abby. She's our newest volunteer escort. Abby, this is Cheryl D'Alessandro, clinic director.
Welcome, nice to meet you.
You too.
Let me take this for you.
Thank you.
Samantha, here, come here. Put that in a locker for me if you would. Summer, why don't you keep an eye on the parking lot?
Sure thing.
Why do they all think that the women coming in are having abortions? You do offer other services, right?
Not on Saturday. On Saturdays, we only do abortions, and they know that. Especially the Coalition for Life. They're like vultures. Their office is right up the street, and their whole purpose is to turn the community against us and to try to shut us down.
Here we go. First client.
Go ahead.
Make sure to keep her moving.
Hey, princess. Does Daddy know that you're here? Yeah. Does he know that you're killing his little grandbabies right now? Oh, here they come. Hi, Twinkies. How you doing? Hey.
Hi there. Starting to warm up, isn't it? I love the color of your shirt.
Things you do in your life. You're still gonna be a baby killer.
All right, look at me and keep walking.
And all this because you couldn't keep your legs closed. Keep walking, basic. I'm talking to the baby killer.
Abby,
Talking to you.
will you get the door for her?
Hey, you don't have to do this. Hey, get back here. I'm talking to you.
Okay, she's gonna take care of you now, all right?
Thank you.
Okay.
I need you to sign in here for me. Okay. The time now is 8:42.
Okay, your turn.
Hi, I'm here from the Coalition for Life. We know this is a really hard day for you. We're here because we care about you.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Nice weather, right? Yeah. Don't mind.
Your little baby already has a beating heart, and she loves you with all of it.
What you're doing right now doesn't seem like caring to me. I'm sorry. Come on. Just get you inside, okay? Just walk through that door. They don't understand.
Hey, my name's Mary Lisa. I'm with the Coalition for Life, and we just wanted to let you know that we have other options for you if you're interested or if you want to talk.
Damn it! They got one. I just wish they'd leave these poor women alone.
Feel safe and comfortable.
Elena, turn on the sprinklers. Renee, call the police and report a disturbance.
Okay, but the last time we did that, the cops weren't super thrilled when they showed up and nobody was doing anything illegal.
The number you're trying to remember is 911.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
When my shift was over, I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Hey, I don't think I've seen you here before.
No, it's my first day.
Can you tell me why you're volunteering?
I don't know if I'm coming back, so I'm just checking it out.
Can I ask your name?
Abby.
Abby. Abby, you do know that they perform abortions here, right?
You know, actually, I've had an abortion myself, so I don't have any problem with another woman making the same decision.
I'm so sorry you had to go through
No,
that.
it's okay. Really. It was my decision. No one forced me to do it.
Well, if you ever want to talk to anyone about anything that...
Do you people ever stop? These women are hurting. Why are you doing this to them?
We're not here to hurt them or condemn them. We're here to help them.
By dressing up in costumes and showing them horrible pictures to scare them? In what world would a woman run to someone dressed like the Grim Reaper for help with her crisis pregnancy?
I am with the Coalition for Life, and they're not. So we can ask them to stop, and we do, but we can't force them to do anything.
So for what it's worth,
I think you're right, Abby. Doesn't help.
Mary Lisa, leave her alone. Abby, get in your car.
Looking back, I'm surprised I admitted my having had an abortion to Mary Lisa. I'd never told that to anyone. Meaning I probably ought to take a moment to explain. In college, I'd gone from small town super achiever to party girl in no time. Literally, from the moment my parents dropped me off. Mark lived in my building and was 10 years older than me. We started dating. Nothing serious. Until the day I saw 2 lines on my pregnancy test kit.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. We'll take you to a clinic and take care of it.
What do you mean?
I know a place in Houston.
How do you know a place in Houston? Naturally, Mark didn't have the $500 it would take to get it done. Neither did I. So I applied for my very first credit card. I kept thinking, I can't tell my parents about this. They can't know I'm having sex. They can't know I'm pregnant. I remember there was no one outside, but the waiting room was packed. My next clear memory was of finding myself lying on a table, feet in stirrups, with a painful pressure building in my abdomen. I could hear myself groaning, but it sounded distant.
You're fine, honey. Just relax.
I remember waking up slumped forward, sitting in a hard plastic chair. My chair was one in a line filled by the girls who'd been in the waiting room with me. Some were staring at the floor. Some were rocking with their arms wrapped around their bellies. Some were softly crying. I was handed a few crackers. I slammed the experience into a box, nailed it shut, stashed it in a dark corner of my soul, and pretended it never happened. But I wasn't finished making bad decisions yet.
Abby, it's not too late to stop this. I'll go grab the car, you slip out that door, and we will drive away.
I can't do that to my parents.
Abby, your parents would be thrilled.
Smile, Betty.
I'm trying.
To call our marriage a fiasco would be an insult to fiascos. The last straw was a year later on Valentine's Day. Mark decided we'd celebrate by making sandwiches. But later that night, after we'd gone to bed, he slipped out of the apartment to be with another woman. I filed for divorce the next day, anxious to be free of this man, feeling like I already was, until a few weeks later, panic and grief overwhelmed me. I didn't want to be connected to this man in any way. And if I were to have his child, I'd be connected to him for the rest of my life. So my next visit to the clinic wasn't as a volunteer escort, but as a client. I never saw the ultrasound image. But the nurse practitioner told me I was 8 weeks along, which made me eligible for a chemically induced abortion, better known as the RU-486 abortion pill. The cutoff was 9 weeks. It seemed more private, less invasive, more natural. So I handed over $400 and took the first pill.
Tomorrow, whenever you're ready, you're going to take the 4 pills in this little brown bag. That's misoprostol. It's going to just gently empty out your uterus, and there's going to be a little bleeding, but nothing more than like a heavy period. And if there's any cramping, you can take some ibuprofen. Okay, you're all set. Have a nice day.
The next day, I did as I was told. I ate a light lunch and took the pills inside my brown bag. I was told I would probably start bleeding in about an hour. In the meantime, I made myself comfortable in my bed. A little bit later, after 12 hours in agony, I fell asleep on the bathroom floor. It occurred to me that this was the way I was going to die. I wondered who would find me. I prayed it wouldn't be my mother.
It's not abnormal.
Not abnormal. The bleeding, the clotting, the pain, that is normal.
Use heating pads, soak in a warm tub, take ibuprofen.
How could you not have told me about this? What happened to gently emptying my uterus? That is what I was told would happen.
Look, I'm sorry, but I have another patient.
8 weeks passed. 8 weeks of blood clots. 8 weeks of excruciating cramps. And when it was finally over, my anger had disappeared only to be replaced by self-loathing. Meaning, I no longer blamed Planned Parenthood for everything that happened. I blamed myself.
It doesn't look like we're going to get Dr. Palmer on Saturday, but I can call Dr. Wagner.
That sounds good. Give him a call. Abby, hi. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Well, it's good to have you back. By the way, we have an opportunity I think you might be perfect for.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Howdy. Are you familiar with Planned Parenthood? So there I was, proudly waving the Planned Parenthood banner. And 6 months later, after I graduated with my degree in psychology, my cause became my career, despite the disapproval of virtually everyone in my life.
The way I see it, the real issue is viability. At that point, the fetus could live outside the womb. But before that, it's just undeveloped tissue that couldn't possibly survive on its own.
Abby, how can you say it's okay to abort at 8 weeks, but not at 24? Viability keeps changing as medical science improves. Are you saying that the measure of what's moral or immoral changes as medical science advances?
What I'm saying is that I'm not going to apologize for doing a job that helps women in crisis. I love my job. I am committed to doing it. It is who I am. It is part of what makes me me. Take it or leave it.
Fair warning, Doug. Dr. Dobson's book, The Strong-Willed Child, was one of the first books I ever bought. I still own it. All right, who's up for dessert? Abby, sweetie, why don't you help me?
You won't believe what happened this week. A woman came in with abdominal pain, and when we examined her, we discovered it was uterine cancer.
It's nice.
You don't even care.
More than you realize, sweetie. Can you take these back to the table for me, please? Okay. Right now, I need you to listen to me and not say anything. I know you don't agree, but your dad and me, you were our baby from the moment of conception. I know it's not how you feel, but it's how we feel.
You don't like where she's working. I can't stand it.
But you still want to marry her?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, ain't love grand?
You're not supposed to look happier than I do.
Why not? You got it right this time.
So there I was, making my vows again.
Who gives this woman today to be married to this man?
Her mother and I.
This time with a guy who actually loved me.
We do have other days that you can volunteer or other shifts like this if one works out for you, but just 1 second, hold on. Abby!
Hi, Mary Lisa. Any sign of the Grim Reaper?
No, thankfully. You look really nice today.
Well, thank you. I am the new counselor.
Well, I am sure you are going to be the best counselor they have ever had.
Friend?
Fiance.
Oh.
Yeah. She makes me come here.
Liar! He was out here praying most Saturdays. All he did was change it to every Saturday.
Well, congratulations, you two. I wish you every happiness.
Thanks, Abby.
At this stage, between 6 and 8 weeks, it's just fetal matter. A lump of tissue, not much more than a polyp or a blood clot.
So he's not a baby yet?
No, not at all.
And you can't feel any pain?
None whatsoever. That's a concern for a lot of women. And to be honest, it was a concern for me too. But the one thing that all experts agree on is that at this stage, the fetus can't feel anything.
There's still a part of me that isn't sure.
I know. Trust me. Nobody wants to have an abortion. Not like they want a new car or an ice cream cone. But most of the women who sit in that chair already know that this is a pregnancy they aren't prepared to deal with. It just takes a little time to realize it. Assuming that you want to go forward, the procedure we'll be performing is called a vacuum. About that time, Doug and I decided that we wanted to make worship a part of our lives. We found a church that seemed to be a good fit, but most Sunday mornings, I just felt left out in the cold.
For you created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. All your works are wonderful, and I know them full well. What's awesome about this passage is that we see that in the silence of the womb, God is still forming and fashioning people in his image and in his likeness.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I mean, I'm Catholic, and on Sunday, I heard a sermon about abortion. I don't care what anyone says. I know that I'm doing God's work here.
Well, you guys will never guess who knocked on my door last night.
Who?
Sean Carney.
Shut up.
Wait. Sheriff Woody at the fence? That's Sean Carney?
Oh, yeah.
What did he want?
Oh, it was so weird. I opened the door, and I recognize him. I'm like, I know who you are. And he recognizes me, too, and he gets all bashful, and he's like, well, we're just doing this simple campaign. We're trying to get people to pray for an end to abortion for the next, 40 days. And I said, 40 days? Like Noah in the flood, 40 days?
Stop it.
I know. And he's
You
like,
are
"No."
horrible. You would have said the same.
I would have said the same.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
How many doors is he knocking on?
Try and guess. You can't. 25,000.
Where?
Yeah, everywhere.
How is that even possible?
What does that even mean?
You think he's lying?
No, a kid like that doesn't know how to lie.
That's true.
Pro-lifers are so serious.
Cheryl, those shoes are amazing.
I know, thank you. fit here.
Thank you.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I think it's time for you to take the next step. I'd like you to meet me in the POC room in 5 minutes.
Okay. Did you hear that?
I really fit in here.
Do you know what POC stands for?
Products of conception.
Pieces of children. Hope you had a light breakfast.
In our facility, the POC room was the holy of holies. Most of the staff never set foot in there. After a surgical abortion, each fetus had to be carefully reassembled in a petri dish to make sure that none of its parts were missing. Because if they were, it meant that they were still inside the patient. By the end of the day, there'd be 30 or 40 dishes, and the doctors would have to sign off on each one.
I want you to see something. Go ahead.
It's amazing. You can see everything.
Do you know what's happened with every other person who's come in here and seen one of these? The first thing they do, they cry. But not you. That's how I know you're the one. Very soon I'll be called up to Houston, and someone will need to replace me here. Personally, I'd like it to be you.
I'd be honored.
Good.
Babe, are you sure you're not pregnant?
No, I am not pregnant.
Okay.
What makes you think that?
Nothing in particular.
Doug, I counsel pregnant women every day, so don't you think that if I were to conceive, despite being on the pill, that I would be aware of it?
Yeah, you're right. Forget I said anything.
Do you have a test kit handy?
Yeah. For who?
You know, we could take care of that for you if you'd like.
What? Honey, that's wonderful. I didn't even know you were trying.
We weren't.
Well, sometimes the Lord just has a plan.
There's no chance. Don't worry, Mom. I never would have told you if I wasn't sure.
You're gonna be a grandpa.
Ed? Hey, girl. Oh, we couldn't be more proud of you.
And you're committed to carrying this pregnancy to term.
I am. We are.
We only have so much time, so much energy. If you choose to spend it elsewhere, there's less of you for here. I'm only telling you this for your own good.
I understand. But once this baby's born, I promise I am back on the pill, and maybe this time it will do its job. Look, I already warned Doug, we are one and done. So, in the meantime, do you want to move me to the lab or recovery?
No.
Don't you think it'll make women uncomfortable once I start to show?
No. If anything, it will encourage them to abort.
One of these was just administered in exam room 3, and this is from Dr. Stevens in room 1.
Listen to Abby says.
Rob, Christina, hi.
Abby, I am so glad you're here. I really appreciate you helping us out with this.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to take great care of her. Hey, it's okay to be a little bit nervous, but there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Thank you. Come on, I'll get you checked in, okay?
Go.
My parents are really pressuring me to do this. What if I'm still making a mistake?
You're not. Okay, high school is no time to start raising a baby. Just relax. The doctor's gonna be in just a few minutes, okay?
Can you stay in here with me?
Sweetie, I would, but I am just a counselor. They don't want me in here during the procedure. The whole thing will take just a couple of minutes, and I will check in on you in the recovery room, and I promise you that everything will be okay. Elena!
Is something wrong?
No, baby, you're fine. You're fine. We need to get her back in now. Get the chair. Okay, baby, we're gonna get you to stand up. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Easy. It's gonna be okay. What do we do? Get her on the table. Oh my god. I got you. Where are the pads? Where are the pads? Where are the pads?
The bottom drawer. Bottom drawer, that's where they keep them. So much blood.
You need to stop the bleeding. It's gonna be okay.
Elena, get a doctor. Oh my gosh. Okay. Doctor! Doctor!
No way is this happening. I don't understand.
Damn it! Get out of the way! Gauze! I need more gauze now.
I don't know where it
Bring me
is.
the tray.
Okay.
What do I do?
Start an IV.
I don't understand what's happening.
Here's the gauze. Swap.
She's so pale.
Completely black. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's full of blood.
She's dying. Oh my god. This isn't one job. This is what I do. Oh.
Her pressure 60/40. Pulse is ready. She's going to need a transfusion.
All we have is plasma, so start her on her drip. Suction.
What went wrong? Why is this happening?
Calm down. He's perforated the uterus, apparently without even realizing it. It's a good thing he found her when he did.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call an ambulance.
No ambulance! Cheryl explained it to
We
her.
do not do that. We never do that. Think about all the protesters outside. You call an ambulance, and there's a picture of that in the papers. 911 calls are recorded. They can be made public, and there's no way in hell I'm going to allow that to happen.
But she could die. And then she does that.
She is not going to die, and she is not going to remember any of this.
She's not gonna
We use
remember
a very strong combination of medication. Even when we wake her up, she won't remember any of this.
I told her that everything was going to be okay.
I'm not comfortable with that.
You know what? I don't care if you're comfortable. Just do it.
Injecting coagulant directly into the cervix.
See? Everything's under control.
Her pressure's dropping.
I'm not leaving until she's okay.
It's been 2 hours. You said it was 5 minutes.
You know
Please
Abby.
tell me what's... I need to know what's going on. Please
Okay,
help
I'm gonna
me
go back and
find
check.
out what's
I'm
happened to
gonna
my
go
daughter.
back and check. I'm sure everything is okay. Okay?
Will you please?
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Okay?
Hey, we are really backing up out there, and her father keeps asking why it's taking so long. Thank you. Abby? If you're going to run this clinic one day, I need to trust that you're not going to panic at the sight of a little blood. Now go out there and reassure him that everything is fine.
Just a little blood. Rob? Hey, Christina's fine. But we had another patient who forgot to mention an allergy to a medication that we use. So it's taking a little longer than we'd like.
So she's okay?
Oh, yes.
Everything's all right?
She's fine.
Oh, thank God. So how much longer is she going to be?
Well, the doctor should be in any second. The procedure only takes a few minutes, and recovery will be just a little longer.
Thank you, Abby.
I'll let you know as soon as she's out, okay? It took the doctor almost another hour, but he finally got Christina stabilized.
My name, and I will answer all you need is here inside my arms. Just breathe, and you'll be safe and sound with me.
Rob.
Christina. How are you, baby?
Tired. I just want to go home.
Abby, thank you. I really appreciate what you've done for us. I'll not forget it. Thank you. Let's get you home.
Cause no one knows you better than me, and no one's been a better friend. So rock-a-bye, baby, come and rest. You've been tired lately, lay your head down. Don't you think, baby, I know best. I've been a father for a long time.
We are all locked up.
Everybody's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Recovery room, empty. And Cheryl.
Just pulled out of the lot.
And later that afternoon, after terminating 38 pregnancies in the space of 4 hours, we spent 2 hours celebrating mine with cake and flowers and baby gifts.
Abby! You're expecting!
What gave it away?
When are you due?
Thanksgiving.
Mine too.
Seriously? You're so tiny.
Not for much longer. Think about how much fun Christmas will be. Is there any greater blessing than a new baby?
It's okay. And I agree. In the right circumstances.
Good to see you, Abby.
You too. Around that time, Sean Carney and his friends started their first ever 40 Days for Life prayer-a-thon. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there were people praying outside of our clinic.
These are extremist zealots that will stop at nothing to restrict a woman's right to choose.
So are you concerned for your safety and that of your staff?
Yes, absolutely. Violence is a real
Cheryl was beside herself, but I didn't pay much attention. I was otherwise engaged.
Baby, I hate to tell you this, but he says you're only 2 centimeters apart.
What?
Maybe it was a bad time to bring it up.
Shut up! Just don't touch me. And a mere 22 hours later,
2 centimeters.
I gave birth to a precious baby girl. We named her Grace.
He's downstairs. He hadn't seen a poopy diaper in a long time, and I think now's the perfect time to show him one.
Oh, you'll love that. Are you looking forward to being home?
For the next 8 weeks, I am.
Don't you think that child needs you?
And she'll have me. Cheryl's being promoted and transferred to Houston. She wants me to be the director of the clinic. I would be the youngest director in Planned Parenthood history. It's not the kind of opportunity you just pass up.
Abby, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm proud of your accomplishments. I am. But I can't pretend to like your choice of career. Have you thought about the fact that as the director, you'll actually be in charge of the abortions at your clinic? Don't you see that as different from counseling women about their choices?
Sure, but now I can make ours the best clinic in the entire affiliate. And decrease the number of unwanted pregnancies. This is my chance to make a real difference. Mom, what's wrong?
I guess I hoped that Grace's birth meant the end of all this. But, obviously it doesn't. She's not leaving.
I have to believe that she will, sooner or later.
No. She won't. She's got aspirations.
Babe, are we ever gonna sleep again?
No. But you're the one that gets to get up tonight.
I get up every night. I'm gonna pray that if I'm not supposed to get the job, then I won't get the promotion.
But you already applied for the job, right?
Yeah, so?
So you're asking God to show his will by stopping something that you've already set in motion.
Why not? He's God. He can intervene. If I get the job, I'll know that it's his will for me to run the clinic.
Whatever you say, hon.
Good night.
The next day, I got the promotion. From now on, no more harassing the protesters or calling the police unless we've identified someone as dangerous.
Wait, so we're just gonna give the anti-choicers a free pass?
We're going to treat them with respect and expect the same in return. And definitely no
Planned Parenthood, this is Renee.
No more letting them get under our skin or losing our tempers. We're doing a good thing here. And the best way to reinforce that isn't with words, but actions.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Of course. Abby, there's a woman circling the block right now, and she can't come in because somebody's filming outside. This is the third complaint this morning.
I'll take care of this.
Ma'am, I am so sorry about that. My boss is on it right now.
Are you getting everything?
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Hi, Abby. I hear you've been promoted.
Yeah. I don't understand if you're not anxious to congratulate me.
No, actually, I was thinking that the women coming in here will finally have someone who cares about them running things.
Is this your camera?
Yes.
I need it gone.
I'm sorry, but we can't do that.
Sure you can. Just take it off the tripod, pack it up, and take it back to your office.
Abby, we've been accused of a lot of things, some of them criminal. This camera is our best evidence that what we're doing is peaceful and non-confrontational.
Sean, this is not the way that you want to start out our new relationship. Okay? Just angle it away from the fence. That's all I'm asking.
Can't do it. We need to see what's actually going on. If there's ever any question, we need it to be clear.
Sometimes, I don't mind you guys. But this morning, you're really pissing me off. And for your information, Sean, there have always been people willing to defend basic human rights. First, there was the fight against slavery. Then, it was the people who stood up against the Holocaust. Later, it was the battle for civil rights. And now, it is Planned Parenthood standing up for the reproductive rights of women.
Abby, you don't need to justify your job.
I'm not justifying anything, okay? I'm just trying to explain to you.
And you don't need to explain what you're doing either. The truth is, you've just cited 3 examples of injustice. Slavery, segregation, and the Holocaust. That can only occur when a whole segment of the population is dehumanized. And that's exactly what Planned Parenthood does to the unborn.
Well, that went well.
Yeah. She'll be fine.
What are you smiling about?
You gotta give her this. She got us to move the camera.
Part of my job as clinic director was selling abortions, and I was really good at it. You know those guys who try to sell you timeshares in places you never even heard of? They had nothing on me.
But Jane, you're 8 weeks pregnant. You've already spent $150 on an ultrasound. If I book you today, I'm authorized to credit that towards the cost of your procedure. But if you walk out this office, then the soonest I can book you again is 2 weeks from today, and at 10 weeks, the price goes up $100, plus you lose a discount. Choosing to wait is going to cost you an additional $250. So is there any reason that we shouldn't go ahead and schedule your appointment today?
You take credit cards, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, can I put you on hold, please? Okay, thanks. I'm not doing this. This is all you.
Hi, this is Abby Johnson. I'm the clinic director.
Do you have a back parking lot? One where, like, I can't be seen from the street?
No, I'm sorry, we don't. All of our parking is out front. Is there a problem?
No, that's not that big of a deal. It's just that my family's outside the clinic praying. They know that I'm coming in today, and they're trying to talk me out of it.
Okay. How about this? Park as close as you can to the door, and I will come out and escort you in.
Rhonda, baby, please don't do this. Please, please don't do this. Whatever you need, you can come live with us. Hey, Lily. Hi. Hey, baby.
Are you crying, Grammy?
Grammy's just a little upset, okay?
Hey, baby, let's
Love
go
you.
inside. Let's go inside with Mommy, okay? Mommy's coming too. Let's go.
That baby you're carrying is gonna be just as beautiful as Lily. Rhonda, think about the joy that she's brought us. Now think about a world without her. Rhonda, don't do this. Rhonda!
Are you okay? Because if you need to talk about it, you know, it seems like you have a lot of support from your family if you decided to keep the baby.
It's okay. That's just my mom. That's how she is. Trust me, I'm fine.
Please, I can't go through this.
Fine? How could she be fine? I was deeply shaken by what I'd just seen. The family stayed and prayed for an hour, then another hour, then finally, they went home.
Someday, this place is gonna close. It has to. I can't continue with this constant heartache.
I couldn't stop thinking about the abortions I'd hidden from my own mom. And later, once the building was empty, I did something I'd avoided for a long time.
When my faith gets tired and my hope seems lost, you spin me round and around and remind me of that song, the one you wrote for me. And I've been told to pick up my sword and fight for love. Little did I know the love had won for me. Here in your arms, you're still my heart again. I'll breathe you in like I've never breathed till now. When my faith gets tired and my hope seems lost,
Do you have any idea how much I love you?
remind me of that song, the one you wrote for me, and we danced. Oh, nice to know, not alone. I found my home here in your arms.
For a while, life settled into a predictable routine. Looking back, it was like a calm before the storm. A really big storm. Mention Houston and hurricane in the same breath, and people immediately think of Harvey. Not many folks remember Hurricane Ike, which is really weird given that when it landed, it was the third most destructive hurricane in U.S. history. And what made Ike even scarier was that it was headed straight for us.
Are you watching this? You need to contact all of your scheduled clients and tell them to stay home.
But we have 40 women depending on us. Some of them can't wait another 2 weeks. It'll be past the cutoff. Can't we wait a little longer before canceling?
No. If anything were to happen, we could be sued. We cannot afford the liability. I mean, at this point, half of Houston's already packing up to leave.
What if I bring in everyone early? I rebook the doctor for Friday instead of Saturday. I have everyone in and out by 3 p.m.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
We have to call all the clients anyway. We'll give them the choice. Rebook 2 weeks from now or come in tomorrow.
Do it.
Thank you.
Major winds and loss of power, potentially for several million customers.
We absolutely cannot be here on Saturday.
Wait, why? The building's solid, and we have a backup generator.
But traveling is going to be impossible. With falling trees, down power lines, not to mention the flooding. Plus, it's probably going to be illegal to drive by tomorrow night. We need to call every woman on this list. They can't come on Saturday. I'm hoping to rebook them for tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm bringing in 2 surgeons. We're running procedures in both rooms simultaneously. Everything needs to run like clockwork. We don't have time to make mistakes. Once the last patient is through recovery, we're gone. No paperwork, no cleanup. We bolt the door, race home, and hunker down. But to make this work, we're going to need everyone's help. So are you guys in?
Yeah, I'm in. Whatever you need.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, then let's divvy this up and get started. And the following day, with less than 18 hours notice, we brought in every one of our scheduled patients, performed their procedures, and got them safely home. Including 2 women whose loser boyfriends bailed on them while they were inside. Something that happened pretty routinely, even on normal days.
Home.
Ooh, hi, baby. Mommy is wet.
Are you okay?
Yeah, baby, why?
Your shoes are all bloody.
Oh, you know what? Mommy was helping a lady at the office, and she had a nosebleed, but I took care of her, and she's all better now. Okay? Guess what I'd really like to do right now?
What?
Have a tea party. Just you and me.
Yay! I'll go get it all set up.
Proud of yourself?
Nobody ever said abortion was pretty.
Our first order of business is to present Planned Parenthood's Employee of the Year Award. And the award goes to Abby Johnson. Congratulations, Abby. And ladies, I don't think it's any coincidence that Abby's clinic is the only one to be consistently on target on a month-to-month basis. Well done. Second, I can finally confirm the rumors that have been swirling around. National has given its approval. Gulf Coast will soon be breaking ground on this facility. That's right. square feet of state-of-the-art medical center, making us the largest ambulatory surgical facility in the Western Hemisphere, allowing us to perform procedures all the way to 24 weeks. But we're facing some challenges as well. 3 hurricanes in 4 years have emptied our cash reserves, so take note, we are expanding chemically induced abortions to every day of the week. Now, take a look at the learning packets in front of you, if you would, and there you will find that each of your clinics are being assigned growth targets to double last year's totals on elective terminations.
Has she lost her mind?
Better on chemicals than surgicals, with no doctors cutting into our fees, we are going to... Abby?
Well, it's just that abortion has never been my main priority. Just look at our mission statement on page 3. To provide a comprehensive range of reproductive health care and sexual health information through patient services, education, and advocacy. That's what I'm committed to doing. So if our stated goal is to decrease the number of abortions by reducing the number of unwanted pregnancies, then why are we being asked to double our abortion count?
Why don't we turn to page 4? Thank you. Abby. Frankly, I am shocked at the way you sabotaged me in there. Is this how you thank me? For all that I have done for you?
Sure, I wasn't
No,
trying to-
Abby, let me explain something to you. Fast food outlets look to break even on the hamburgers they sell. That's all they do, is break even. Do you know how they make their money?
No.
On the French fries and the soda, the low-cost, high-margin items.
Cheryl, I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
Abortion is our fries and soda. But somehow you've just decided that it's no longer your priority. Abortion is what pays your salary. It pays for your matching 401k, your 4 weeks vacation, your ample sick time. Abortion is what pays for all of it, for you and your family. Now, I didn't say anything when you decided to get married, and I said very little when you chose to become a mother, although I knew it would impact your work. But as clinic director, we are paying you to be a perfect instrument of corporate policy, and corporate policy is simple. We are an abortion provider.
But we're a nonprofit organization.
Nonprofit is a tax status, not a business model.
Can you believe that she humiliated me like that? I mean, I'm just standing there with my award looking like an idiot. And how am I supposed to double the number of abortions? Am I supposed to go driving around the neighborhood telling everybody to get pregnant?
I don't think that will work.
You're so funny. Do you want a glass?
Yes, please.
You're gonna need one. Because you know what really pisses me off? What really pisses me off is that they are building the largest and most advanced clinic in the country so that we can perform abortions up to 24 weeks. That is a line I said I would never cross.
Okay, pretend for a second that you're someone like me who believes all abortions are bad. What's the difference?
Okay. First of all, if we do them really late, 3rd trimester, it becomes a 3-day ordeal. It's no longer a surgical procedure. It's labor and delivery. On the first day, they introduce a demise.
Wait, a demise?
Euthanize the fetus. They stop the heart by injecting digoxin through the uterine wall directly into the baby's heart. Day 2, they induce contractions. Day 3 is the delivery. An artificially induced childbirth of a terminate fetus.
Abby, you're killing me.
Doug, you were the one who asked the question.
Yeah, I know, but...
Well, who am I supposed to talk to about this?
I don't know. All right, I don't know. All I know is that here we are 8 years later, and you're still thinking that you can change them. When the only thing that's changed is you, Abby. Can you even hear yourself talk right now about these procedures? These are little babies with a little brain and little hearts and little fingers and little toes. I just love you so much. I can hardly bear to watch it.
Hey, you.
You need a break. We We need a break.
I would love to, but I have a lot of work to do.
You only get 1 day off a week. And I'm not gonna let you sit here slaving for Planned Parenthood. So grab your things. We're heading for the most thoroughly awesome Mexican food on the planet. And if you play your cards right.
I might get lucky.
Actually, I was thinking I might throw in nachos, but hey, I'm okay with your suggestion.
I bet you are. I'll be right back.
One pumpkin ale for you and a margarita for you. Des will be back in a second to take your order.
Here's your menu. Pick out something real nice, because I know what I'm going with.
All right, so then what are you having?
Only the biggest, wettest, nastiest carnitas chimichanga ever to come out of that kitchen if I have anything to say about it. So how about you?
Well, step aside, mi muchacho, because I am having, are you ready for it? The chocolate caramel dulce de leche dessert nachos.
What? Toast to that. This is good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pace yourself, though. We're just getting started.
Oh, is that right? Okay, so what is next?
I'm thinking a film festival at our place. Heads, you get going with the wind. Tails, I get the Goonies.
No, I knew you were going to say the Goonies. I am not watching those kids
It's
go
a
through
cult
puberty
classic.
again. No.
Give it a chance.
No, okay, all right. We will compromise and watch 300.
Is it any wonder why I love you? 300 it is.
Us.
Gracie at the parents, not alone. How good is this?
Fighter Dr. George Tiller has died after being gunned down inside his own church. One of the few such providers in the country, Dr. Tiller was shot in the head this morning during worship services. Police say they are searching for a suspect to offer protection to other appropriate people and facilities around the nation. The 67-year-old Tiller had offered abortions for more than 3 decades, performing by his own estimate roughly 60,000 procedures. Dr. Tiller was the medical director of Women's Health Services.
What kind of person would shoot someone in the head in church? Doug, I knew him. He had a family.
I know, Ab. Right now, all I care about is picking up Grace and getting the two of you home safely.
You think I'm in danger?
I don't know, but I'm not taking any chances.
You're okay, sweetheart? I'm fine, Mom.
Ready?
Wait, don't you think it makes more sense for you to spend the night here?
It's false sympathy. That's what it is. All these pro-lifers condemning a killer's actions like they care. I think they're just trying to avoid the blame.
It doesn't matter, okay? What matters is that we keep everyone here. That means you, me, all of us, and our clients safe. We need to pay special attention to anything that seems out of place.
Planned Parenthood, this is Renee.
It's Houston. For you. This is Abby.
This is Susan from HR. I need you to come to Houston. Can you drive down this afternoon?
It's kind of short notice. Is this about Tiller?
No, Abby, it's about you. Cheryl and I would like to meet with you.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as I can. Corporate wants to meet with me.
Abby, we've called you here to let you know you're being formally reprimanded.
What am I being reprimanded for?
You've been challenging me and my authority. You've become combative, disputing my directives, arguing and pushing back. I'm your supervisor, therefore it's your job to follow my instructions.
In my 8 years at Planned Parenthood, I have never received anything less than praise. I've not had a single black mark. Not a warning, much less a reprimand.
You just honored me as Employee of the Year. No one has been more committed than I have.
Nonetheless, the reprimand stands. I'll need you to sign this acknowledgement that we had this talk, and you are aware of it.
I know this might be hard to believe, but I went back to the clinic the next morning, more determined than ever to do my job to the best of my ability.
Is that what I think it is?
Afraid so?
Do you mind if we pray over it?
I don't know about that, man.
Please?
Look, I'm not some kind of monster. I'm just a guy who drives a truck.
We'll be quick. We'll stay on this side of the fence.
Okay. Might want to wait. I got another one coming out.
Hey, Abby. Sorry to bother you, but they need an extra person in the back room. Are you free?
Sure.
Hi, Megan said you needed some assistance.
Lord, we commend the souls of these hundreds of children, whose true names are known only to you, to your keeping. For we know they are with you, now and forever. We pray for healing for the wounded mothers and fathers. And Lord, we pray to end the sin of abortion. For in your word you have promised, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land.
Abby Johnson is in the other room.
Here.
She wants out.
Rough day at the office.
Yeah. You can say that.
Want to talk about it?
I saw it. And it moved. And it was like it was twisting and fighting for its life. It was done. Tiny, perfect little baby. And then it was just gone. I'm gonna go in on Monday and I'm gonna put in my resignation. And that's it.
Just like that.
Just like that. I don't ever want to be a part of an abortion again. He's looking for me and asking if I'm okay.
How long have you been gone?
Almost an hour.
On a Saturday? Won't that make them suspicious?
They would never guess I was here. They wouldn't understand.
Abby, we can help you find another job. We've always told you we're here to help. We can help you or anyone at the clinic who wants to leave.
Are you serious? You would really help.
Yes, of course. In the meantime, don't tell anyone that you're done with Planned Parenthood. Don't underestimate the repercussions of this. You gotta be careful. Got it? I'll walk you out the back. Less chance of anyone seeing you.
You're gonna be okay.
Here you go. I know, but look, here's 2 more edges. That may be all we need. We're close on that. Hi, baby. Is that it right there?
You will never guess where I was today.
Sean's office?
How could you possibly know that?
I don't know. It's just that with the conversations we've had and all that's been going on lately, I figured you might reach out to him at some point. That, plus the look on your face.
I'm gonna do it, Doug. I'm gonna leave.
You told your mom yet?
Not yet. I want to be out the door. I want it to be over before I do.
Abby, what's wrong?
Megan, I need to tell you something. You have to promise not to tell anyone.
Yeah, no, I won't.
I'm leaving Planned Parenthood. I have to get out. I can't be a part of this anymore.
You're leaving?
I went over to 40 Days for Life that day. They were so amazing. They just sat and listened while I cried.
And they're really gonna help you?
Yeah. They are. I mean, no judgment, no condemnation. They're even gonna help me find another job.
So, when do you leave?
Today. I know Cheryl is going to lose it when she finds out. But I'm gonna type up my resignation, and at 5:01, I am sending it to HR in Houston, and I am gonna walk out that front door like any other day.
Are you gonna tell Taylor too?
Of course, you guys are my best friends. But you're the only ones who can know. No one else.
Of course.
say this is it.
How's it feel?
Like I just got out of prison. Hey.
See ya.
Hey, Mom. I just wanted to tell you something before you heard it from somebody else.
Are you pregnant?
No. No. I resigned from Planned Parenthood today.
She quit. Done the right thing, Abby. I've been praying for years that you'd leave there.
I have so much to tell you.
Abby? Abby, it's the middle of the night. What are you doing up? Hey. Baby, what's the matter?
I have been complicit in over 22,000 abortions. That is the weight of my guilt. How do I even begin to comprehend that?
You can't, baby. Nobody can, okay? All you can do is say you're sorry and beg forgiveness.
I am sorry. I am so sorry. Those women, they came to me looking for help. And I lied to them. I lied to them. I betrayed them. I told them that the best thing for them to do was to kill their babies. What have I done?
You did what you thought was right, baby.
Why do I feel so ashamed?
Abby, look at me. I love you. And so does God. He'll forgive you if you ask.
I can't even believe that. How? How could he?
Because he's God.
I spent the next 2 days ugly crying. Day 3, I woke up and headed straight for Sean and Mary Lisa's office. Blame it on my Texas roots, but I couldn't show up empty-handed.
Abby, what are you doing here?
Here to help. Any way I can. And I brought donuts.
Here we are, drinking coffee with Abby Johnson.
Okay, well, if you guys think it is weird for you, just imagine how I feel.
Abby, I am so glad you're here. It should have been this way all along.
You know, I gotta admit, sometimes in the midst of all the hours on the fence, I was beginning to wonder if we were doing any good. Most of the time, we just prayed, and it didn't seem to matter.
Trust me, it mattered.
Why do you say that?
Sean, I was the clinic director, and anytime that you were out there, my no-show rate climbed, which is why I was so annoyed with you. Seriously, it wasn't just us, though. Planned Parenthood's own statistics show that if someone's praying outside the clinic, it can go as high as 75%.
Are you serious?
I am serious. It's like this dirty little secret they don't want anyone to know. When women see you praying, they just suddenly decide not to show up. And they circle the parking lot and never come in. Meaning, most of the lives that you save, you never even know about. Which is why I need to go to the fence.
Abby, I really don't think this is something you should be doing yet.
But it's something I need to do.
Hi, my name is Abby Johnson. I used to be the director of this clinic. I quit because my conscience wouldn't let me stay. I just want to talk to you for a minute, please, just a minute. Please? I guess. It's always possible you're just here for a pregnancy test. But I'm guessing you've already seen the results of yours. 2 of them. And you feel like your whole world is caving in around you. And you've never been so scared and alone. Yeah. Let me tell you what's gonna happen if you go in that door. The first thing they're gonna do is give you an ultrasound, but they're not gonna let you see it.
Why not?
Because they don't want you to see your baby.
And then why do they do the ultrasound?
Because the ultrasound determines the size of the fetus. And the size of the fetus, the skull in particular, is what determines the price they're going to charge you.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I understand better than anyone that inside that building, they don't offer solutions. They only offer abortions. And if you go through that door, you will not come out the same person. Because you can't. And everybody wants to pretend like you can, but you can't. Because the truth is, you can let them get rid of your baby, but they can't get rid of the memory of your baby. And neither can you. No matter how hard you try.
I don't know what to do.
What's your name?
Hannah.
Hannah? It's gonna be okay, I promise. I promise, and I'll be there every step of the way. I'll do anything I can to help.
Bravo. Let me guess. Former clinic director describes the mechanics of fetal dismemberment
No, Cheryl,
complete with all the tools involved.
That's not what it was like.
You know what? It doesn't really matter. You've become a traitor, Abby. Some of us are still loyal to the cause. Some of us still believe in protecting a woman's right to choose. And those of us who do, we are a part of a billion-dollar corporation with lawyers and lobbyists and media experts on staff. Have you ever seen the names of our donors? Soros, Gates, Buffett. That's who we have. Who've you got, Abby?
Cheryl, what you are doing is wrong.
Is it? America wants abortion, which is why we exist and why we will continue to exist long after you and your newfound friends are gone. Oh, yes, I know all about them. Did you honestly think that we wouldn't find out? No one has ever turned on us like this before, Abby. Which is why National is going to make an example of you. So congratulations. You've managed to make an enemy of one of the most powerful organizations on the planet.
I love this patch.
Turn this way, baby. Do you remember what I was telling you earlier about what Cheryl said?
It'd be kind of hard to forget.
Yeah, well, now Megan isn't returning my phone calls and her phone number has been disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Can we go now, please?
Does mommy look like she's ready?
No.
No. And you need to go get your ladybug wand upstairs.
You still up for this?
Absolutely. I am not letting Cheryl or Planned Parenthood ruin Halloween for our kid. Or you.
I'm serious, babe. Whoever created this holiday deserves a medal. We get to dress up, act stupid, and people give us candy. How cool is that?
You do realize they give Grace the candy dog?
Yes, but she knows Daddy's involvement is crucial She's still new to this, whereas I bring decades of experience. Arr, my lady.
Okay.
Daddy,
All right.
let's go!
Can you take this one so I can call Sean? Sure. Okay.
Abby.
Did you get my messages about Cheryl's threats?
Yeah, we're being sued. We're both gonna need lawyers.
Sued. Do you realize how serious this is?
Yeah. And I just realized you're 100 feet away from me. Abby! Hun, why don't you go ahead while I talk to Abby?
Bye, Pumpkin. Are you sure about this?
Yes. We got served right before I left work. There's a lawsuit from Planned Parenthood, plus a restraining order to keep us from saying anything public. Yours will probably arrive on Monday.
When were you planning on telling me about this?
Figured I'd let you enjoy trick-or-treating and then give you a call.
What are we gonna do?
I've already talked with Jeff Paradowski. I believe his response was, I'm in, baby.
Wait. The one that's on the billboards, pointing his finger saying...
Get what you deserve. Yeah, he's an old friend.
Okay, you realize that attorneys cost money, and I just left my job.
Jeff isn't in this for the money. He's in this to help fight abortion. He's willing to cut into his Saturdays and meet with us tomorrow morning. Abby, meet Jeff. Jeff, meet Abby.
So, they're claiming that Planned Parenthood and its patients face imminent, irreparable harm from confidential information you've improperly disclosed, or are about to disclose.
That's nonsense.
Well, they managed to convince a judge otherwise. Our preliminary hearing is in 10 days. The attorneys for the plaintiff are a big firm out of Houston. But I'm betting we'll see some faces from D.C. as well. You're a big fish, and the sharks are smelling blood. Oh, also, you should prepare yourself that Megan and Taylor will be testifying to a completely different set of facts than the ones you've described to me.
They were my friends.
Emphasis on were. Okay, Abby, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I want you to take all the time you need to answer honestly and think about them while you want.
Okay.
Have you ever revealed the identities of the doctors performing abortions at the facility, either to Sean or anyone else?
No.
You ever removed confidential patient information from the building, either physically or in digital form?
No.
Have you ever taken or removed anything from the building?
Just an old vacuum cleaner. But the one at the clinic broke, and we had a tight budget for equipment, so I brought mine from home. But when I quit, I wasn't going to leave it there. That and a plant. But my mom gave me the plant.
Okay. Did you threaten Megan or Taylor if they didn't look to resign from Planned Parenthood?
No, how could I? I wasn't even their boss anymore.
Which brings me to my last and most important question for you. What aren't you telling me?
Nothing.
You sure? Because if there's something that you're hiding, I can guarantee it will come out in court. So, if there's anything that I need to know, now is the time to tell me, while we still have the time to figure out how to deal with it.
A while back, curiosity got the best of me, and I pulled my own patient file. I couldn't resist.
How come?
I needed to see my baby.
Is that a problem?
Sure. For Planned Parenthood, if they try to make an issue out of it, I mean, trying to paint her like a criminal for wanting to see her own file, we can only hope they're stupid enough to try something like that.
So, what's our defense?
She's innocent.
That's it? That's our defense?
Yep.
We are so screwed.
Abby, don't complicate the issue. Like their complaints' emphasis on potential future harm tells me they're light on actual evidence. Let me make it easy for you. They've got no case.
You don't know these people like I know them. Planned Parenthood will go to any lengths to destroy someone that they see as a threat.
Abby, there are two words in the English language that are very powerful if you put them together in court. Do you know what they are? Prove it. Trust me, I got this.
So there I was, scared out of my mind,
After all, it's not every day you take on a corporation with global outreach to 189 countries on every continent except Antarctica. Jeff looked like he didn't have a care in the world. Sean was nervous. Doug was my rock, and my mom was...
Sean!
Well, my mom.
Thank you for getting my daughter out of there.
Wow. And here I was afraid that Abby was going home every Christmas for the past 8 years, bashing this evil Sean person.
Oh, she did. But I read between the lines, which is why I knew I'd love you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, hugging's done. Let's go kick some ass.
What are you hoping for in today's outcome?
I would like to see justice served, obviously, and for people to
I just want to go over there and tell those people what is really going on.
Well, you're not going to. You're under a restraining order.
So let me get this straight. First, they sue us even though we did nothing wrong. Next, they gag us with a court order. Then they hold a press conference so they can say whatever they want, and we're just supposed to stand here and be quiet. That is not fair.
Fair is something you give a cab driver. The law is something entirely different.
I really regret being forced to take this matter to the courts. It's the last thing we wanted to do, but honestly, our priority...
Is it wrong that I just want to go over there and punch her in the face?
Yes, Abby, it's wrong.
So, this is absolutely
It's my job.
Okay.
What is that?
Their attempt to intimidate us.
It's working.
Don't let it. They're just muddying the water to make it seem deep.
It looks like they brought the whole firm.
So do we. Okay, here we go.
Something about your lawyer seemed familiar. And then I realized he's the guy from the billboards, right? Well, good for you. Looks like you really are gonna get what you deserve.
In real life, sometimes things don't work out the way we expect. If this were just a movie instead of the story of my life, then this would be the part where there'd be an epic battle fought on my behalf, full of twists and turns and a come-from-behind victory at the last moment. But that's not what happened. And thank goodness for that, because I don't think I could have handled it.
You guys do know we won, right?
In the end, it only took Jeff 58 minutes to convince the judge that I was innocent. All of Planned Parenthood's lies and accusations counted for nothing.
So tell me the truth. Were you ever worried?
What, me? Worry? I was sweating like the devil on Easter morning.
This isn't over.
Sure it is. You're not paying attention? Oh, and by the way, Abby told me what you said, and yes, I am the guy from the billboards, so Abby did get what she deserved. And so did you. And I'm the one who gave it to you.
And that would have been the end of my story, except for...
Hello?
You're never gonna believe what I just found out. The clinic is closing.
What are you talking about?
The clinic? Planned Parenthood is closing it down for good.
Sean, are you sure?
Yeah, I just got a memo across my desk.
Sean was right. Planned Parenthood of Bryan, Texas shut its doors for the final time on August 1st, 2013. To celebrate, we all decided to gather at the fence one last time.
Ready?
Are you kidding? I've been waiting for this my whole life.
In my hand, I hold 2 roses. One for each of my own unborn children, who I decided to sacrifice on the altar of convenience. And I know I'm not the only one who's made that mistake. Thousands of babies were lost to abortion inside these walls, including one of mine. And today we remember them. We honor them. We vow never to forget them. So I'd like to invite you to join me in placing a rose of your own at the fence in memory of them, as proof that they are not forgotten. You know, I wrote a letter to you both. But somehow the words don't matter. Because all I want you to know is that I love you so much. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't fight for you. That I didn't love you enough then to keep this from happening. And I think about you every day. But I know that someday I'll meet you both in heaven. Because God is merciful. And He has heard my cries and He has forgiven me.
I'm looking at a masterpiece. I'm staring at a work of art. I'm listening to a symphony in every beat of your tiny heart. You used to be a choice to make, but now I think you've chosen me. 'Cause I see 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, and I know this is meant to be. Oh, I don't believe in accidents. Miracles, they don't just happen by chance. As long as my God holds the world in His hands, I know that there's no such thing as unplanned. Broken turns to beautiful. I see it right before my eyes. And every single breath you breathe 'Cause I don't believe in accidents. Miracles, they don't just happen by chance. As long as my God holds the world in his hands, I know that there's no such thing as unplanned. Yeah. Every life deserves a voice. Every child deserves a chance. You are more than just a choice. There's no such thing as unplanned. Every life deserves a voice. Every child deserves a chance. You are more than just a choice. Oh, there's no such thing as unplanned. Every life deserves a voice. Every child deserves a chance. You are more than just a choice. 'Cause there's no such thing as unplanned.
I know it's all you've got to just be strong. And it's a fight just to keep it together, together. I know you think that you are too far gone, but hope is never lost. Hope is never lost. Hold on, don't let go. Hey, hold on, don't let go. Just stay one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. You're gonna be okay. I know your heart is heavy from those nights, but just remember that